This is Wish Dream Travel, and we are aboard the Disney Dream on one of the Mediterranean itineraries with Greek Isles. And we're going to be talking to two teenagers who are going to give you some perspective about what a teenager thinks about the Disney cruise. Because as travel agents, we get a lot of questions, and so we're going to address some of those here. So here we have two teenagers, 13 and 15 years old. So we're going to talk about a few things. So first of all, I have a lot of clients who are worried that perhaps their teenager is too old for a Disney cruise. What would you say to that?
I don't really think so, because like they have things for all ages. Like they have things for younger people, older people, like all of those, because they have like kids clubs, and they have like tweens clubs and teens clubs, and those are like all really enjoyable. Then they have like the adult area and things like that.
Okay, how about you?
I think it's just so much more than like for a little kid, because the stereotype of anything Disney is like, the stereotype I'm saying is like only for little kids, but I don't really think that's true. Like, there's so many things for teenagers and even adults to do. Like, there's teens clubs that have pools and games, and where you can meet a lot of friends and you have like the best time ever. And there's things where you can lay out in the sun, and like pools up on the deck, and like all you can eat, like anything you want. Like, there's free ice cream all day. And then there's plays and movies and so many other fun things and fun activities, and you're just never bored no matter what age you are.
Well, tell me about what sorts of activities teenagers do in the kids clubs.
So there are a lot of games that they'll give us, like have us do, and you don't have to participate if you don't want to. Then there's smaller games like inside, like video games and foosball that you can play with your friends, and like team building exercises and stuff like that, which are actually pretty fun. And then there's also a pool in the back, and it's actually a pretty big area, and it's not just one pool. It's like a pool, two hot tubs, and then ping pong and foosball, and like a bunch of chairs to lay out on, and like a spray park area. And so it's pretty big and a really fun place to hang out all day, or like however much you want. So
Okay. And then tell me a little bit about the game you were playing earlier. You mentioned something about almost like a tag game you were playing at Vibe.
Oh, so there's this game called Gotcha, where like you don't have to do it if you want, but like you pick out a Disney name, and like mine I think was Moana, and then you take a photo with it. The counselors give you like take the photo, and then they give you a person that you have, that's like your person that you have to try to get out. So like I got a person that was like named Mickey, and basically you have to like fist pump the person with someone else watching, or you have to take a selfie with their consent, and like you get more points from like other things. It's like a fun game because you get to like find people and learn more about them.
Great. Now, what would you think about an 18 or 20-year-old? Because they do have Club 1820 here on board, but do you think that's something that you think they would enjoy, the Disney cruise?
I've seen a lot of 18 to 20-year-olds hanging out, having the best time of their lives there. Like, they make friends, and you can do more stuff when you're an adult, so that's also fun too, to experience all that stuff. And so they're just like hanging out, doing all the fun things for adults to do, or young adults, and they just have a blast, from what I can tell. Like, they look like they're having a really fun time, like just as fun as any other age group out there.
Okay. So what did you think about Italy and Greece?
I thought it was really pretty, and it's like cool because you've learned some stuff in class about it, especially like this year for me, and I'm able to like relate to it and already know some information about it, and like learn more information that I could like know for next year and stuff. So I thought it was like cool to connect.
Good thoughts. How about you?
I've read a lot of books about the places we've been, and had a lot of school lessons about them, and I think it's really cool to be able to walk. It's almost like walking through what you learned, or what you read, or what you saw in a picture, and it doesn't really click that it's real until you've been there, and it's like you're in a whole other world, and it's really just surreal.
Okay. And so you've traveled to different destinations before by land only, so no cruise. Now that you've traveled Europe by cruise, which do you prefer and why?
I like the cruise a lot better because like after you're done with like all the excursions and like going places, going back to a normal hotel would just be like going back to the room and having dinner. and like nothing else, and that's like the end of your day. But like with a Disney cruise, after like dinner and everything, like we rush straight to the kids clubs to hang out with like our friends and play games and like do all the fun things that they have, which is like more exciting than a hotel where you just sit around.
What do you think?
I think that it's like if you're just at a hotel or just traveling by land, your day is pretty much over after you eat dinner or are done with your tour. But for here, after you're done with your tour, you head straight to the boat, and a lot of people just like kind of once they're done, they're like, I kind of want to get to the boat now, because they just have a blast there. And there's dinner, there's movies, there's plays, there's games going on, there's activities, there's the clubs, and the pools are normally still open until like 10 or 11 or something like that. And it's just a whole world of new things to do for that day.
Okay. So you've been on different cruise lines. And you've been on the Disney cruise, obviously, multiple times. So, which do you prefer?
While other cruises are pretty good, like the ones I've been on are pretty nice, but the Disney cruise is just like always like a step up from that. Like it's just cleaner, better food, more things to do. Like Reese and I were kind of bored on some of the other cruises we were on, just because it was more geared toward adults, and some other cruises are more geared toward kids. But this cruise just has something for all ages to do, and I think that's really special.
Okay, how about you?
I like the Disney cruise a lot better because like with us, I know when we get back to the cruise, I just want to like meet new people and hang out with them and play all those games like in the kids club and stuff. But like the kids clubs there were just like a room with nothing in there, and no one went in those rooms because there aren't that many kids on the boat anyways. So the Disney cruise is definitely like I think way better for older kids or like any kids.
And there's some cruise lines that have a lot going on, at the top level of the ship and things like that. And even with all of those added activities, you still enjoy this cruise line.
Oh yeah, it's just a whole. There's so much more of like everything you can possibly do. Like it's just there's so much that you can do that you're just never bored. Like there's nothing compares to it.
Okay. So what do you think about the vacation so far?
I think it's been really fun. I'm like glad that our parents are able to like bring us on these like amazing trips where we could just like travel around and meet new people. And it's like I don't want to leave because it's been so much fun, and like all the friends that you've made there are like friends that you feel like you could have for like the rest of your life. And like it's just so much to do, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I think it's just not only the tours are spectacular, like it's really cool to have parents who want to take you on these trips, and you learn all these things you would never learn or see or experience ever. Like I learned about all these new cultures, experienced things that look like different worlds or would be in different worlds, and had all these new foods, and it's just amazing. And not only are the tours amazing, but the places that we go, that we stay at, are incredible. Like here in the Disney cruise, it's a lot of fun.
Great. All right. Well, thank you for sharing your thoughts on it. And whenever you're ready to book your next vacation, be sure to contact Wishstream Travel. We book all things and all destinations, and we'd love to help you. Have a magical day.